Hey guys, it's Sonia from Junk Monkey. What's everybody up to today? It is a chilly, starting to get kind of dark outside the studio today. I'm here with my hot chocolate, getting ready to knock out just a fun project I thought I'd pop on, share with you guys, hopefully give some inspiration today. And Matt is manning the candy bucket, okay? He just got his candy, put it into a bucket, and out here in Ligonier, this is like, oh, I'm looking out the window right now and I can see people coming up getting their costumes on. So trick-or-treating is starting here, and the merchants, like us with storefronts, will open our door, turn our lights on, and if Matt feels like sharing today, he'll share his candy. Babe, are you going to go to the door? All right, in a minute. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to knock out a quick project together. I have a feeling I should move my hot chocolate because you know what's going to happen? I'm going to end up with a brush into my hot chocolate. Anybody ever do that before? Hey, Maggie. Hey, Linda. So yes, I put out this piece of paper and it was the funnies, right? The comics as part of the newspaper. And I'm like, man, it's been so long since I actually like held the comics in a newspaper. And anybody else used to do the, what was it? Archie, Betty, Veronica, Archie comics? I think that's what they were called, right? Jughead. Remember those? Oh my gosh, I used to be big comic readers like that. And so I would trade books with my friends. So anyway, I'm going to do a fun project here today. Hey, Annette, how are you? Hey, Gayla and Carol's on here. So I'm thinking like, I was thinking, what can I do today? And so, you know, I'm just inspired by the forest, the fall, and maybe a little bit of spookiness. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I thought I'd paint some trees today and make them all look pretty. Hey, Leslie, how are you? Hey, Wendy. So I'm going to go ahead and start and put down some of my vintage white. This is just a plank of wood right here, plain plank of wood. So sometimes I do canvas, sometimes I do wood, sometimes I do furniture. But you know what never changes is the Junk Monkey paint, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of paint out. And let's see here, get started. But I'm going to go ahead and do maybe like a, I don't know. I'm just thinking trees tonight. I'm just playing around thinking trees, okay? And watching all the leaves fall from the trees. Anybody else? This is a really pretty time of the year, especially where we live right now in, you know, we are here in what's called the Laurel Highlands. This is like the playground. Everybody in Pittsburgh comes out to play in the Laurel Highlands. We have lots of festivals, beautiful fall foliage, and just absolutely gorgeous. All right, I'm going to go ahead and lay down a little bit of, you know, I'm a shabby painter, so I want it kind of like sparsely populated. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to add down a little bit of white with my brayer. Woo! All right, well, I was done with white anyhow. See, that wasn't clipped in very tight. All right, and so let me go ahead and get ready for my next color. Let's see here. Bonnie, able to catch me live. Yay! Hey, Beverly. Hey, Tammy. How are you guys doing? Thanks, Kim, for sharing. Yes, let's do some banana bucks, huh? All right, so we're not giving out candy tonight. We really are at our storefront, but for you guys, let's give out some banana bucks and $20 in banana bucks, which means somebody who shares this video, type shared at the very end. I'll holler out a name and see how this clips in here. We will holler out a name and I'll message you back if you message me before midnight tonight Eastern Standard Time. Otherwise, this offer turns into a pumpkin. Got it? All right, so this is a little bit of white right here. What's that? Your bucket of candy? You lost your bucket of candy. Matt lost his bucket of candy. What are we going to do with him? What are we going to do with him? Kim says boo. Crafting is the very best treat. Oh my gosh. It feels so good tonight, guys. Just it's kind of like not quite dark outside. Is it dark where you guys are yet? And I can look at the window and I can still see people walking up. I have like windows on either side of my studio that I can look out onto the street. I love the little town that we're in. It is the best. And so the store owners, of course, have opened up to the kiddos. And yeah, so Matt's sharing his candy. So he's being good. All right, this is going to be a little bit of Teal River I'm putting out here now. And I'm going to do the same thing. I put it right into my plate with white. Who cares? Seriously, who cares? Just have fun with it. That's how you make your stuff different from somebody else's, right? Is that you don't try to be perfect with it. I saw your candy bucket downstairs next to the door. It was like you were prepared. I really thought you were prepared. Yeah, the front door. Good golly. Good golly. You're lucky I didn't eat it. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit more. Do you see this background that I created? It's because I'm using what's called a brayer. And basically, it lays down paint, but it does it in this, you know, shabby-fied kind of fashion. I don't want a whole lot, but basically the roller picks it up and it leaves like this texture behind, and this is what I want from my background. This is what I'm thinking for my background. I could have even put a little bit more white if I want, but I like that already, right? Happy Halloween! Yay! Everybody's on here from Halloween. What are you guys doing tonight? So seriously, let's like hear your plans. Because everybody's probably wondering, like, are you like me where I'm going, what's everybody else out there doing tonight? I just can't help but wonder what everybody else is out there doing tonight. You know? I know what I'm doing, but what are you guys doing? Are you going to see like a scary movie tonight? You're going to put the scary movie on tonight? You know, is tonight a trick-or-treating night for your town, for your area? I think my area did it earlier this week in the rain. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this week in the rain. So, but there's still some places around here that, you know, I guess do their own thing. You're staying in. It's raining in Texas. Painting snowman signs. Oh, that's cool. You know, I almost painted a snowman tonight, and I was like thinking to myself, will they hate me if I paint a snowman? Because I am ready to do some snowman stuff. But let's wait till tomorrow, okay? We'll get through this month, and you know, today is the last day, of course, which who else can't believe that we're already like about to be November? That is absolutely crazy. Crazy. I just think that the years are just go by so quick. Eating chili and cornbread. Oh, that sounds good. It's your birthday! Oh my gosh! Everybody say happy birthday to Raylyn. Julia, coming down. Oh, I see. Everybody comes out of the country. Oh, it's so nice. Giving out lots of candy. What sorts of costumes you guys seeing tonight? My son's 18, right? I'm like out of the costume world. What's the most popular costumes that you guys are seeing? Hey, Cindy. Happy Halloween back to you. Getting ready, Becky, for your next vendor event. This is the season that everybody loves to shop vendor events, because especially like crafting ones, and you go and you get your gifts for winter, all that good stuff. Yeah, for Christmas. Heck yeah. All right, I'm going to go ahead. I'm painting trees tonight for anybody who's joining me and didn't hear me say that. I'm going to use some smoky coal. Smoky coal is a gray brown. So this is why I'm picking this color. But I'm thinking about, this is just a plain piece of wood, just jazzing it up, having fun tonight, experimenting, that's what creativity is, right? It's just all about experimenting. So trees don't grow perfect, so it's okay to have imperfectly, standing trees, meaning that ones that go off to the side, all that sort of thing. But I'm going to use my this is a Shabby chip brush. It's just a little bit smaller. I think this is an inch one. And because I do Shabby style paintings, and so I want that sort of wispiness on the end. I don't want it to be perfect. So you can also use just a regular Shabby chip brush that you see me use all the time, except turn it up and down and create your trees that way. That's all. But you want them to be basically about, I'd say like maybe an inch or so. And they can be, you know, standing which way. So we had a cabin growing up, and I spent a lot of time playing in trees, and I'm just trying to think to myself, how would I want this tree to swing? So a lot of time playing in trees and building things with trees and tree limbs and all that good stuff. That was so good. That was so much fun now that I think back on that. Maybe we'll do these sort of like birch style. Let's see here. I'm thinking maybe one to cross over. Where do I want to put it? At the end of the day, when you're painting trees, you can be like, yeah, I want it to go that way. It grew that way, seriously. Right? So basically an inch wide is probably what I would go, especially for this. This is not a big canvas, so you can have wider trees if you have a bigger canvas, but it's all kind of got to be in perspective. And we don't want it to be all tree stump, right? And nothing else of interest going on, because the tree stump took up so much space. So I'm just kind of putting them down like where I would necessarily see the trees. See the trees going? Let's make this one a little bit wider right there. All right, I'm liking that. Throw that in my water. Hey, Michelle. Michelle's new here. Everybody say hello to Michelle. Hey, Marie. Watching the kids go by out the window with the costumes, having fun. What's your favorite candy that you are hoping your children may bring you home tonight from their haul, or just your favorite candy at this time of the year that you like to get? Ah, there you go. Hi, and welcome to the Banana Bunch. You got it. Hashtag Banana Bunch. I've learned that banana bunch kind of people, they're fun-loving kind of people. They don't take themselves too seriously. They know what it's like just to play around and have fun, to junk, to thrift, you know, to go, I can totally fit that in my car, even though my husband says I can't, right? Then it's like, challenge on. All right, so we've got our smoky coal down right now, and I'm gonna go put some white in these trees, maybe like to make them a little bit birch-like, but I'm thinking some white would be good to make them come to life. So using my Shabby chip brush, it gave me like an imperfect sort of look for them, which I gotta tell you, you know, like be easy on yourself. Go with an imperfect look. Who wants perfect looking trees, you know? I want interesting trees. So now I'm gonna go ahead right down into my vintage white, and I'm gonna trace over those trees that you just saw me do, okay? Trace over the trees. Do you see the magic of this brush, the Shabby chip brushes? You can see little peekaboos of that tree, right? You can see the little peekaboos, but yet it's still there. And what it does is it just creates interesting, makes it interesting. Like it's so easy to be able to play with the Shabby chip brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and trace the under tree first. Okay, that's the under tree. But remember this one, well, whichever one I paint last will be the one that lays across the top. So I paint it like what would be the one behind this one first. And then I'm gonna do a sweep over here. And I'm gonna let my paint lines cross over the one that goes this way. So what it does is it makes it feel like, oh, this one here is bigger, it's up closer. Got what I'm saying? Let's go ahead. So now I have some interesting life to these trees, right? It could be like some bark that we see off like birch trees kind of peeling. And they're not perfect, right? Yes, it does give them great texture. This is why I love Shabby chip brushes. But yeah, it doesn't, you know, it shows the colors that you used before, right? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just dry this part. Dry this part up. Hey, Lisa Ann, how are ya? Hey, Dawn. Donna, maybe message me at junkmonkeypaint@gmail.com. Send me a picture, and I'll take a look and see what I can do to help you out. No worries. So we're painting trees tonight and reading the comics and wondering how much candy Matt will eat versus giving it out tonight. I can't wait to see what kind of candy he bought. I did not actually see the kind of candy he bought, but I'd be willing to bet it's the kind that he likes, right? Which I'm hoping is the kind that I like, and it'll be a win-win situation. Tammy, how are ya? Yeah, true story. All right, so there we go. So now what I'm gonna do is, where's my black? My black velvet, and we're gonna do some edging for these trees, for these Shabby trees, all right? So for this step, you can use, like, honestly, I'm a pretty resourceful girl, so I'll use stuff like, I use the ends of paint sticks. You can use, for example, if you have an old card, cut in half, a piece of plastic. You can use, like, you know, like I have putty knives, things like that. These are just a cheap 99-cent set that I got at the, like, my Dollar Tree. And, let's go with the small one. So since this is kind of small in terms of size-wise, I want to go with a smaller putty knife. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the sides. Yeah, right, Linda. Why would you buy candy you don't like? True story. Spoken like a true mother. All right, and now what I'm going to do is just trace out these trees. Don't want it to be perfect. I can play with it. But basically, and there's some places I want to pull the edging in a little bit further and mess around with it. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't have to be perfect. But the putty knife, when it comes over, and I'm not like loading up a ton of paint onto it, but do you see how it like really creates these cool looking, like, you know, birchy sort of trees? So again, I'm going to try to go as far as I can, just using a little bit of the paint that's on my putty knife, pulling it in before I have to go and load up with more. Lay it flat if you have to help get a little bit more off. But again, trees aren't perfect, so we're not going for... You'll find a lot of the painting I do is impressionistic, which means you know what it is, but it might not be like, you know, in terms of like perfect, you know? It's like when I draw eyes on my my girls sometimes and I'm doing whimsical girls. I like the big-eyed people, all right? So I like big eyeballs. Doesn't mean that everybody's walking around with big eyeballs, but that's what makes me happy. So when you paint, you just do your style. So I said this one was going to be the crossover one. Just dancing it along, pulling it in a little bit. You can put as much spots, we'll call them, make as much texture on your trees as you want. Just using my Junk Monkey paint. There we go, I like that. And so I've used Teal River and Vintage White for like the background. I use my brayer, which I've linked that as well in my Sonia's Favorite Things tools that gives you that really sort of texturized background that makes your piece look interesting. You can use it on furniture as well. So that's linked. And I also linked my journal today. I've been getting so many questions about, hey girl, what journal are you using? And so I linked that as well because not all journals are created equal. So if you go to junkmonkeypaint.com and click Sonia's Favorite Things, you'll find my brayer, and I keep adding to things there as I create, and you guys want to try the same tools as well. So it's like the living list. Ooh, I like that. All right, guys, what do you think so far? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? We're experimenting tonight and having fun, creating trees. Creating trees. Now this is just a small version of this, so just think about though, you could do a really cool version, right? I'm gonna pull a little bit further in now to get some of those like texture looking in the center. But you can do a really, like, go get yourself a big piece of plywood and do this. Oh, it'd be gorgeous. And put it like above your mantle, especially for this time of the year, like fall, going into winter, you know? So there we go. There you go, right? We added a little bit all over to create the edging for the trees. So I'm happy with that. Not done yet, but definitely happy so far. I can at least tell it's a tree, right? Hopefully you guys can too. That's what I'm aiming for. All right, so I like that. All right, so like birch style trees. Got it? All right, let's dry that part. Oh my gosh, it's raining in Austin with a tornado warning. What? That's kind of scary. Be safe. All right, we're gonna dry that out real fast. Thank you for sharing. Yep, banana books up tonight for grabs for somebody who shares the video. Comment shared so I can know you did it. Ooh, I like that. I like that. All right, guys. So, not done yet, but it's looking mighty fine. So if I want, I can add, like, make some kind of like interesting in the background here, and you can just leave it like that. Of course, I'm gonna have to do some edging to really pull this together and make it beautiful, which will happen in just a second. But you could do a big, tall canvas and do like big, tall trees. So say, for example, you want to create some height in your living room. If you have like tall birch trees going up on a canvas or a piece of wood, and they lean up, your eyes will naturally go up. So it's gonna make your room look taller. Does that make sense? So do this on a bigger, tall piece of wood. Like, that would be absolutely beautiful. So I'm just gonna play around with mine because I can do that. You can do whatever you want, leave it at that, whatnot. But I have this stencil that reminds me of like leaves and trees. See, I don't wash my wash stencils. You kidding me? Ain't nobody got time for that. I think I'm gonna like put some leaves, some texture on this as well, just to make it interesting. So I can go up with it and put it that way. You can put it this way. Let's see here. I think I want to go to this way just to see what happens. Just because they remind me of leaves, and I'm really thinking that I'm gonna have some fun with this, experiment with this. Let's see here. How about like right here? about right there. And now I'm going to take my Shabby chip brush with my black velvet, and I'm just going to shake it all over, all right? So now it makes it interesting, I think, because, you know, I've got the black and I've gotten the white, and now I've gotten some leaves, and we can argue what kind of leaves these are. Don't really care. Don't really care. I'm just looking for texture and making things interesting. So again, same color. I've basically just got 3 colors going down here, which again, things of 3, let them be. Your eye loves that. So we got teal, black, and vintage white. And I'm just applying the textures in different ways to make it interesting, right? All right, moment of truth. Could be a total flop. Could not be. You don't know unless you try, right? All right, let's see. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I did see it's Bob Ross's birthday. Maybe we're painting happy trees for Bob Ross, okay? Maybe we're painting happy trees for Bob Ross. Maybe I'll put a little bit of a leaf right down here. And let's put one over here. Just shake a little bit off that side right there. Just to make it interesting. You can go all over with it, whatever it is you want to do. But I love this. This would be a great little layering piece. Oh gosh, I love that so much. All right, I love it. See, when you get to the point where you're saying you love it, because it's your creation, right? So you have to ask yourself, would I put that in my space? And if you do, then it's a win-win situation, right? Now you know we're gonna have to edge this, right? We're totally gonna have to edge this. This is the eyeliner effect that we call here at the Junk Monkey. Because I tell you, you can't create something without putting it in a frame, right? You know when you get like a picture of whether it's your child or whether, I don't know what it is, you painted something or not. Once you put it in a frame, then that's when the magic happens, right? So this is why when you're working on furniture, you're working on art, and the cool thing is, guys, when you're working with the Junk Monkey paint, you can then paint your buffet below it, Teal River, and it will match perfectly, right? The whole idea when we create spaces is to make them flow, and we're trying so hard all the time to match colors. So all you do is you paint your furniture, and then with the leftover paint, you find a piece of wood and you do something that you can put that will be in the same room with it, or maybe lead into the next room, and that way your eye goes into the next room and it flows, and you have the exact perfect, you know, you have the exact perfect look. Oh gosh, this is my fun part. Okay, so I'm gonna back to my black velvet again, okay? Fall colors would be beautiful, Ashley. I'll pull out that stencil for you guys in just a second again. So remember, let's put it in the frame. Watch what happens when I put it in a frame. It's like putting it on a frame on your refrigerator, right? The moment you put it in a frame, then it becomes even softer and antiqued, and it becomes more of a focal point, right? It feels balanced more to your eyes. So again, Shabby chip brush. I'm gonna do my edges. Lean my brush in on the edge. I like to round my corners out. Create like a shadow box kind of feel. And let's go ahead and, you see the side right here, it's not painted, right? But the moment we do, now it's feeling like a wraparound canvas. But really, it's a big old hunk and just chunk of wood. Plain chunk of wood. How many times have, you know, we've been doing projects around the house and pieces of wood this size, smaller, we throw them out. And we could create some beautiful art. All we would have to do is go to like, you know, a hardware store, get, my favorite is sawtooth hooks, and then we can just put them on the back and way to go, right? Ooh, I love that. All right, so there we go. Let's do a quick look, make sure we're good to go. Jazz it up, imperfectly perfect. Oh, but I'm just picturing this, I'm telling you, over one of your mantles. Big size, though. Scrap of wood, big size. I don't care if you would do this on an old door. Imagine an old door or something like that, right? Big, tall trees. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful piece of decor that could be. Linda, all the awesome people are born in October. Ah, too funny. Matt would say all the ornery people, right? All the mischievous people are born in October. Too funny. Oh, I think I forgot a side. Speaking of Matt, where is Matt? Come on now. Somebody's supposed to tell me when I miss a side. Love, love, love. All right, let's see here. Christy, you love it. Yay! I hope you do one too. Just find something that looks like leaves. Your birthday was yesterday, Amber. Man, we got so many people. I'm curious. Put your hand up if you had your birthday in October. Put your hand up. November people. Too funny. Something tells me Lisa's birthday's coming up. Imagine this on the front of a dresser too, guys. Ugh, be so cute on the drawers. Or if you had a buffet and you like, you know, how the drawers in the bottom have that like inlay in them. Do something like that. Be so cool. I'm a December baby, Tracy. I was a beautiful gift in December. You could see me smiling. Yeah, if you were here, you'd see me smiling. Yay! All right, let's dry those edges up. Storm in there. September is great. October the 4th. You can do this too, Jennifer. Karen's October the 17th. Your daughter Faith, I love that name, just turned 20. Yeah, right? Have fun with it. So simple and easy. All right, I think we're pretty much dry. So now you know me. I'm just gonna take my sand block, and let's make sure everything's pretty well dry because I don't want to smudge my paint. For me, I would definitely do a little distressing. And then we can seal, because this is wood. It's hungry, thirsty wood. We can grab our monkey shine, right? And put a nice seal onto it. So let me get my brush out here and get that ready. Deborah's a December baby. Linda, all three of your kids were born in, oh darn it, Facebook didn't show that to me. What month were they all born in? You were born on a very cold day in Canada in February, I think it said. Thanks, Flo. Thank you, girl. All right. So, you know, when we put the seal on, it's like preserving it, right? So I'm going to go ahead and grab my my wax brush, just get it onto the pores, it sucks up, or onto the brush itself. And then I can go ahead and it's going to make all my colors just really, really pop. And this is our all-natural monkey shine sealer. You see the difference to the camera, like what I've actually done and what I haven't. That's what I love about the monkey shine. So just create a beautiful layering piece. This could be done really nice and big and beautiful, like you know, this is just a smaller size of it, but will be cute for a layering piece. But do something like this really big and put your candlesticks up next to it. You know what I'm saying? That would be so nice. All right, let's go ahead and buff that off. Cute. This is so like a smaller version, so I could even see this in like a plate holder or something like that. I think that would be really cool. Do something bigger too. Somebody messaged me the other day and they were talking about, you know, they have a mirror and they want it to appear bigger. This is a tip. So if, say for example, this was your mirror, this was your piece of art, but you really just needed it to be bigger. But the surface you had the paint on was just this. If you were to find, like, either create it or find a blank palette, to put this on top of a palette background would make this even feel like it has a bigger frame, and then put that on top of that, like, and layer it. It would be so pretty. Oh my gosh, you could even put that on your mantle. Just a piece of wood, like, you know, whether it's a chippy piece or a window you found or something like that, and then put this in front of it with some candles. That would be a gorgeous little setup. That would be so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, anniversaries and birthdays. All kinds of stuff. All right, I think it's about time that I pick a winner. What do you guys think? Pick somebody for some banana bucks that hung out with us today. Let me see. Let me see. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Let's see here. Almost there. All right, I found a winner for today. Deborah Reeder, R-E-E-D-E-R. Deborah Reeder or Redder, D-E-B-R-A, Redder. If you're here, girl, you're today's Lucky Banana Bucks winner. So all you have to do is email me at junkmonkeypaint@gmail.com and do it before midnight tonight Eastern Standard Time, or that offer, what I always say, especially on tonight, turns into a pumpkin. So make sure you take advantage of that, and we'll send you back a code that you can use online at junkmonkeypaint.com. So hopefully this has inspired you guys to try something fun. And yeah, that stencil, by the way, here's the one that I used. And I think I got this one at Joann Fabrics for like maybe $5 or $6. It wasn't a whole lot, but you know, it's fun to collect stencils, and you never know how you're going to bring them back. You know how somebody was saying this would be so pretty in fall colors? Yeah, it would be. Couldn't you imagine? This is Sunshine Yellow right here, and I think this is maybe this is Crazy Eyes right here. Oh, that would be so pretty. I could kind of like visualize that on that, you guys. So I can't wait to see what you do. Make sure you post your projects over at Junk Monkey Paint Projects. It's our free group here on Facebook. There's over 3,500 of you guys that have found your way in there, and everybody finds it day by day. And I just love seeing what everybody is doing all around the country with our paints. It's amazing, right? The ideas that people come up with. So it is just the bee's knees to wake up and see your creations. I love it. I love it. I love it. And for all of you guys that have been doing like the replica of what I've done this week with my crafting table, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to, there's a few that you just posted today, some really cool projects that you've been doing, so I'm going to go in and share those in there as well. Just make sure you always put the colors of the Junk Monkey that you use, because otherwise I get a ton of messages, and so it keeps it nice and easy. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. All right, go enjoy some candy. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. See ya. Bye.